Hey guys, Megan here, the faithful fibromyalgia warrior, also known as Healing Foods Coach. Hope you're doing well. As you'll see by the title of this video, I have finally had to accept that I really tolerate zero milk or dairy products other than butter. And sadly, I've had to cut them out of my diet. Now, I've known that I don't tolerate milk and dairy well because I have a lactose intolerance. And the only reason why butter is the exception is because when butter is made, almost all of the lactose is removed during that process, which is why I have no issue with butter. I can eat lots of it, and I often do, several big tablespoons worth a day, typically. Okay, which is great. I didn't want to have to give up milk or dairy. I mean, I don't eat cheese because I know aged cheese causes my rosacea to flare up. I don't eat sour cream. I don't like it. I don't eat heavy cream in my coffee. I also don't like it that much. It just leaves an oily feeling in my mouth. And I don't eat yogurt. But for some reason, I thought if I went out and enjoyed an occasional cappuccino with that light and fluffy foamed milk, somehow it would affect me differently. That somehow, if the milk was steamed, I wouldn't have a reaction to the lactose, which I realize is ridiculous. But that that was the way my brain was working because I didn't want to have to give it up. I didn't want to have to admit I can't tolerate this. I enjoy it. It's a nice fluffy topping to a nice cup of coffee, whether it's regular or decaf. And I quite like as a special treat a cappuccino coffee. So I did this little experiment over the past 5 days. I've only had black coffee. Now, most of the time it's decaffeinated with one, possibly two regular cups throughout the day. Everything else is decaf or it's water, right? And I felt great. I had almost no bloating, almost no gas. I felt fantastic. I've been slowly weaning myself off of caffeine because I know ultimately that's going to be good for me. It's going to help further calm down my IBS and my gut, and it's going to just eliminate the last 2% of any sort of residual IBS issues. I'm on a path of slowly weaning it out as opposed to cold turkey. But I didn't put any sort of milk in it, didn't get any coffee like a cappuccino, which is the only time I have milk in my coffee is for a special treat, a cappuccino. Okay. 5 days, no milk in my coffee. No issues, well, minimal issues, no real problems. Today, I thought it's Friday. I'm going to treat myself to a cappuccino from Starbucks in town because why not? It's Friday. So I did. And it was tasty. It was a lovely decaf cappuccino, got a nice bit of foam on the top, foamy milk on the top, steamed milk, whatever. And it was lovely. And I enjoyed the taste of it. And it was nice. It was my little treat for today. Within 5 minutes of finishing my decaf coffee, I was bloated and had horrible, awful gas. Sorry if that's a bit of a TMI. And it just made it super clear to me that I cannot do any milk or dairy products at all except for butter. Whew, and that's hard, you know. And I realized that that means I have to start cutting out egg whites as well. I'm not sure why it is, but it's very common for people who have a lactose intolerance or uh, sensitivity or even an allergy, well, maybe not an allergy, but have an issue with lactose, often have a very difficult time coping with egg whites. And so for lunch today, I scrambled up 5 egg yolks with a whole lot of butter, Just finished eating that. No reaction. Everything's fine. I'm not suddenly bloated. I'm not feeling gassy, which I have noticed once or twice when I've made myself just eggs. And I realize it's because I don't tolerate the whites. And it is hard, guys. It's hard because, I always thought to myself, well, I gave up all the plants and the junk and the processed crap, and I deserve something still, don't I? Surely make it a cappuccino. Fine. Except, unfortunately, I don't tolerate that either. This does not mean that you have to give up dairy. This does not mean you have to give up your favorite, coffee beverage, as long as you're not adding all kinds of sugars or sweeteners or flavor shots and whipped cream, this and that, all the processed stuff into it. Feel free. Otherwise, go ahead and enjoy your coffee or coffee beverage. Absolutely. Enjoy. Have at it. But I'm sharing this because I realized I need to be fully open and honest with you guys and say, you know what? I was willing to put up with a little bit of minor gut upset, a little bit of digestive issues so I could enjoy my treat. But the thing is, food is supposed to be fuel. It's not supposed to be eaten for entertainment, and it's not supposed to be used as a reward or a punishment. And that's basically what I was doing is I was rewarding myself with a cappuccino. Meanwhile, what I have to realize, if it's not benefiting me from a nutritional standpoint and a healing health standpoint, I don't want it in my body. I spend decades putting all kinds of crap in there as a reward or as a punishment. And now I get to finally be different with that. And so that is what I'm doing. Again, as I say, doesn't mean everybody has to do that because some people can tolerate dairy, certainly better than me. And some people are able to enjoy cheese and sour cream and heavy cream or whipping cream. Some people are able to enjoy yogurt. That's great. If you enjoy it and it's helping you to, stay on this carnivore or animal-based path, then absolutely awesome. Go for it because they do all technically come from an animal. They're a byproduct, but they come from an animal. But also, I just wanted to point out for anybody who didn't know, if you do actually have a lactose intolerance, then you also likely have a sensitivity to egg whites. Does not mean you have to give up eating eggs because there's so much good cholesterol and protein and fat sources in an egg, but all the good stuff, most of it is in the egg yolk. And for whatever reason, the yolks are not an issue for me, the whites are. Kind of like I have no problem eating lots and lots of butter, just on its own. Slice it off the end of the block of butter. I'm good, I'm happy, okay? I know it sounds weird, but it's awesome. But any other dairy product, I get bloating and gas within minutes, and it's just not worth it. It's totally not worth it. After all this time of working hard to get healthy and to heal and to feel amazing and excellent and want to have energy and do things, I do not want to waste any more time compromising how I feel just because I enjoyed something that honestly is serving me no purpose, energy fuel wise, nutrition wise, and certainly only making me feel worse. So, putting it out there, I've cut out all dairy except for butter. Hope you guys will keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I feel great about it today, but I guarantee you that in a few days I will probably be finding it a bit of a struggle to not go out and get myself a cappuccino. Okay, that's my one sort of acceptable cheat, if you will, being carnivore. But I'm absolutely gonna stay strong, and I refuse to go back to where I was. So that is me. This might resonate with you, and if it does, let's do this together. Honestly, There are certain things that are really hard to give up. For me, carbs, sugar are the hardest. But I'm telling you, dairy, and especially when it comes in a delicious, foamy, frothy coffee, even harder because it's there. And yeah. Anyways, the more I talk about it, the more I'm going to want it. So that's it. I had to make this video, guys, just to say this is what I'm doing. This is what I've finally accepted and learned is that I do not tolerate dairy, period. Butter being the only exception. Um, and I'm also not willing to feel bloated and gassy by enjoying and eating eggs because of the whites. So that's easy. Cut out the whites, enjoy the yolks. They're more satisfying anyways. I hope that's somehow helpful. Again, if you guys are in the same place that I'm at, let's let's help each other out, please. Let's encourage each other. We'll do it together if you like. Let me know how you're getting on, if these are things you guys have to eliminate as well, if you struggle with any of this, if you're trying to give up dairy um, to whatever extent you have to, if you're giving up maybe eggs because you really don't tolerate because of the histamine response, or um, if there's anything you're finding challenging to have to cut out of your diet, let me know and let's help each other along. That was it. That was the big news, if you will. And I hope it's encouraging to some extent. Basically, I just want to let you guys know that I'm just a regular person like you guys, and I struggle too. And yes, I know that ultimately I should get caffeine out of my diet because it does irritate my gut to some degree, and it is going to just keep my IBS from fully healing. I will say, however, it is a progression, and I am working towards coming off caffeine completely, and I am working to cut that out. To have, if anything, just decaf. That is my end goal because I love the taste of a nice cup of coffee, but I don't want the effects of the caffeine. So please keep me in your thoughts and prayers. If you've had success with cutting these things out, please tell me. Maybe there's something I can try that I haven't tried yet. Don't know. That was it for today, guys. Thank you so much for your encouragement, for all of your good words, for all of your love and support. See you tomorrow in the next video. Bye for now.